Now let's go back to the scriptures. This is the book of Psalms 144 verse 1. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. Now, who you looking at right here? You know him as Loma, right? Lomachenko, so-called Negro. We know him better as a Jew. We know him better as an Israelite, God's chosen. Now, you got it up in your little peanut brain that, oh, Lomachenko, that's a white boy. See, what you have to understand in this life, in this world, you have to understand the Bible, full understanding of the Bible. You have to understand history, full understanding of history. And you have to understand spirits. And the only way you're going to be able to understand all three of these things, the Lord himself, who we know as in the ancient Hebrew as Yahweh, that's the supreme God of this universe, the God of this world, and by his son, who the world calls Jesus Christ, we know him in the ancient Hebrew as Yahweh Shai. The Lord literally has to be dealing with you. He has to be working with you to be able to understand these different facets of life. Lomachenko is a Jew. Lomachenko is an Israelite. Lomachenko is a so-called Negro. We know this. How? You go back into the history. You look at Eastern Europe. So-called Negroes took over those lands. All of Russia, all of the Ukraine, Belarus, etc. And what you think they did with the men? Killed them or pushed them into the caves of the Caucasus Mountains or made them servants. What you think we did with the women? Well, the ones that look good, we had sex with them. We had offspring with them. In a process of time, you have people that look like Lomachenko. Lomachenko is a so-called Negro. Lomachenko is an Israelite. Get that in your head. Let's go back to the scriptures. This is the book of Psalms 144 verse 1. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. How do you think Lomachenko is able to fight the way that he fight? Just because he went and started training? No. It's God-given talent. It's God-given ability. God gave him the supreme ability to be able to fight, to be able to war, to be able to train hard, to train smart. The Lord gave him this ability. He didn't get it on his own. The Lord gave him this ability. He's a so-called Negro. He's a Jew. He's an Israelite. We know this from the history. The history we put our offspring throughout Eastern Europe. So you wondering why these guys can fight the way that they fight? Well, the cream is rising to the top, which is the so-called Negro. Every so-called Negro is not going to look like Michael Nunn. Every so-called Negro is not going to look like Floyd. Every Floyd Senior or Floyd Junior or Roger or Jeff. Every Israelite is not going to look like Mike Tyson. You know, these are the things that you got to get in your goddamn head, bruh. Every Israelite, every so-called Negro is not going to look just like you. You're going to have so-called Negroes, Jews, Israelites, God's chosen people that are going to look like Lomachenko. But they're going to have the spirit just like a so-called Negro, though. The way that he moves, the way that he fights. Man, this man got an inside game. How many Eastern European fighters got an inside game? This man got an inside game, and he got dog. You see how he hit this man after the bell? You got to have dog in your mind to think like that. It's about you gonna got a license to kill. When in that ring, you are a killer. And that's the way you got to think. Ain't no fighting clean. It's about getting down and dirty. You got to break the man that's in front of you. That's your ring. You got a license to kill. And that's how Israelites supposed to think. You got to get in there and fight like a dog. Dog him. Dog the next man. And guess what? At the end of this thing, you know what this thing is really all about? Dogging the so-called white man. That's what it's all about. We're going to dog you. We're going to embarrass you. We're going to humiliate you. That's what we coming down to. The point where the fighting is going to be not in the ring as a spectacle, not entertainment and prize fighting, making money. No, we're going to be fighting you. We're going to be fighting a so-called white man. Because America is going to break down. There's going to be curfews, checkpoints, biological attack, another big terrorist attack done by your government. And guess what? We all gonna go to war. And guess what? The one who the world called Jesus Christ gonna come and deliver us. America's gonna get destroyed. Fuck this place. And fuck you if you don't believe in this Bible. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.